Hey everybody, this episode of Getting It Done, Final Cut X training videos, we're talking about generators. Alright guys, generators are basically CG elements that Final Cut will give you to work with. Now, other programs give you a lot more options for freedom, but Final Cut's got a nice little stable of generators you can use, and you can download a ton of other generators as well for it if you know where to look. For example, I've recently downloaded Star Wars blaster bolts, and yeah, the odd lightsaber, because frankly I think they're pretty darn cool. They're fun to use. But simply put, generators are simply computer generated elements that you basically can loop for as long as you need. Now, the blobs and the clouds and even the curtains are nice and fun at times. You can also use things like, natural backgrounds, some cool line effects, all of that. Uh, I will regularly use these placeholders if I'm using, say, photos and I don't have the photos yet. I'll use that. These retro things are fine. Underwater is a lot of fun sometimes. But more than anything else, time code occasionally is kind of cool to put into a video just to give you kind of a retro look. Nice moving boxes, some cool lines to work in. Just looking at what else we've got here. Some sweet arcs. But generally speaking, they're placeholders. That's what these are. You may put them as backgrounds. You may put them in underneath other footage. One of the things I use more than anything, though, is this custom box. This custom will allow you to do anything you want with it. For example, if I wanted to add a couple of cool clips in, let me just take out this transition real quick. If I wanted to create the custom transition where we went from this clip to, let's just say, this clip, but I wanted it to fade through white, what I can do is grab the generator, drop a generator in, and limit it. I'm going to zoom in, Command plus, limit it, select it, and choose white. Go to my transitions, find cross dissolves, and drop those in. Now what I've got is basically a clip that goes to white and then comes back in. Now that's kind of long, so again, I could cut this down, or to use one of our shortcuts we talked about in a previous video, I could click the generator, hit Control D, and instead of 125, maybe I want just 1 second even to change the duration. Now what I've got is a custom-made transition that goes through white instead of going straight between the clips or through black. I also could go in and use a generator, like say maybe this gradient. I'm going to put a cross dissolve here. Maybe I want to create credits. So let's go in, find our scrolling credits, and we'll drop in scrolling credits. And what we'll have looks like this. Fade to that, and we'll scroll our credits over the top of a nice solid generator. Now it's very easy to change these generators up. For example, SFA we may want purple and white. So I may go white at top, and let's go with a nice rich purple down low, and see if I can maybe extend this top circle so the gradient is nice and subtle, just like that. And now I scroll over some SFA purple and white. And of course it's not rendered, you can tell by the orange, but there's a lot of fun things you can do with the generators. So play around with them, have fun with them. Just understand that most of the time you're using a generator in conjunction with something else in your package. Very rarely will a generator just stand on its own. And you're going to probably need to learn how to use the inspector pretty well to get the most out of any generator you use. Figure all of this out and figure out how to work between them, and generators will be one of the most helpful tools that you'll use in Final Cut or any other editing program.